Onorevoli colleghi, sono molto felice di essere qui e di aver avuto l'opportunità di incontrarvi. So, hello everybody. I must say that I feel a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit ashamed to be here in a university sharing our modest experiences in these programs, European programs. And I'm glad to see that we have, in these interventions, we've had many things. I have many things in common with Palmira's intervention and Aura Camelia's and Anka's intervention. And many of the things they've already said are going to be highlighted in my intervention as well. Yeah, okay, fine. So we are, as you have already heard, we've been participating in this Grundbit partnership, which is concluding now this year at the end of August. And well, I'm going to just to give you a summary of our project. Okay. Right, so these are the participants, these are all the partnerships participating, and, okay. Yeah, so this is the title of my speech. It's a very long title, but you know, I'm just going to give you a brief summary of what our participation in this project has been, okay? Our experience, the evaluation, the drawbacks, and the assets we've faced. Sorry. Okay, so this is the place where our high school is, and this is the area where we live, where we come from, Galicia, in the northwest of Spain. And this is our high school. It's Pintor Colmeiro Secondary School. And for you to have an idea where it's especially located, Silleda is the name of the place. It's in that red dot you can see. In the middle, more or less middle to the west of Galicia, which is the region where we live. Right, our adult learners are people who are taking their target, their aim is to take the GCSE certificate on the one hand, but we also have social guarantee program, which is a program involving people of a low, let's see, low level, and with people, students who are having problems to get their final degree. Okay. So, our project. This is a summary, but as Palmira and Aura Camelia have already referred to this, I'm going to get through it quick. Our partnership consisted of analyzing, detecting, and evaluating learning objects. Learning objects, LOs, what we call LOs, are simply activities, online activities that we, a team of teachers in our high school, have been developing all these 2 years. Our main goals in this project were to compare in the best practices using this ICT knowledge and if it's useful or not in our daily adult education, while developing a network of vocational technical schools and adult education institutions devoted to this, in order to produce a new didactic pedagogical guide to share this European experience, okay? And the way of doing this was, in the first place, setting the technological means of communication and creating a Moodle platform. And first of all, we had to define our LOs, the way we were going to create and produce these activities, online activities, and setting a methodology and the criteria, common criteria among all these partners. And to start getting familiar with the new tools, of course, was our first step. These new tools such as SCORM, LMAs, Creative Commons, etc. Okay, so I cannot forget that we have been having many problems, difficulties, let's say, and difficulties in different fields, let's see, difficulties faced by instructors, but by teachers, and difficulties faced also by our adult learners. The difficulties instructors we've had were mainly using these technological devices, Moodle platform and other ICT tools to develop these learning objects. And so I dare say that we all, this group in my high school, we can say that we are beginners in this ICT technology. And another thing that I have to say is that there was a lack of communication, fluent communication and collaboration among partners. And so on the first stages, we had a slow production of these LOs, activities online. And of course, another drawback, another problem is the loss of our first project coordinator the first year. And problems faced by learners, many, in general, generally speaking, they had many technical difficulties using Moodle platforms. Because our learners, sometimes our learners do not, most of them do not have computers at home, and they don't have, or they have computers, but they have no internet connection. So we had to resort to doing these activities online during lessons, in normal lessons with them. Okay, so because of we had so many difficulties or hardships, we had to develop or to think on solutions for all these problems. The solutions for instructors were first starting defining what's a learning object, how to make these activities, and clarifying technical tools. And I think this was partly done while we held the meeting in Silleda, okay? And at that time, we agreed on using EloForum to keep fluid touch without missing periods. And we had the opportunity of producing a simple Elo, you can remember, my colleagues can remember, with Claudio Veneri. And we reached a compromise to create, to continue work, okay? Of a number of units, etc. And of course, the problem of our loss of coordinator was overcome because Gabriela took over the coordination and gave the continuity to our work, so it was okay. And the solutions for our learners' problems were faced whenever possible, of course, and solved individually with teachers' help, as I've already said, in lessons with them. And we use this questionnaire, students' questionnaire, to detect problems and analyze whether this methodology was successful or not. Okay, so I think that the response of our teachers to these new methodologies was good, although I have to say that in our country, a high percentage of our teachers involved in adult learning are highly unmotivated, unwilling to teach adult education with low TICS understanding and a quite unstable situation. So this is the crude reality. However, a team of 11 teachers, and these ones, yes, highly motivated, and some of my colleagues who are here now with me, and from the fields of national languages, foreign languages, social sciences, and mathematics, we started together working with these new methodologies. And the response of our learners, I have to say that was very positive, because we could see that they had a high level of interest. They showed a high level of interest and implication and motivation. Okay, so we can say that the relation teacher-learner was reinforced. Right. So just to give you an idea of the participants, of the learners involved in these LO activities, in this project, we had different groups, 86 adult learners in all, from 5 different class groups. Okay, so we had GCSE Adult Education, A and B, Social Guarantee 1 and 2, and High Secondary Studies first year and second year. Okay. So all of these students were participating in different LO activities produced by my colleagues of the different subjects I've already referred to. Okay. So now, I don't know if I'm out of time. I'm okay? Because, all right, so these questionnaires, the questionnaires that we passed to students were consisted of 9 multiple choice questions for students, plus 1 open questions for suggestions. And for the teacher's questionnaire, 7 multiple choice questions to highlight problems in LO's delivery and efficiency. All right. I have an observation here, that is, we had to discard 1 question because of problems. Our students didn't understand quite well this question, so I just discarded it. All right, so now just a quick hint of the results. Just to give you the idea that all these practices were highly positive and satisfactory. You see, learner satisfaction with LOs, we have high percentages, 57, satisfactory, okay, while positive 38%. So very good reaction of our students to these new methodologies, let's say. The interaction between e-tutor and you was very satisfactory and positive, okay, so we can be glad. However, we have to recognize that when we talk about technical difficulties, we admit that we all, both students, learners, and teachers, have to face many technical difficulties. The knowledge improved is, we can see that they feel that their knowledge improves quite, for them, it's a good improvement. You see, 63%, which I think is really positive. The time devoted, they think is the time they consider necessary. It's okay, 63%. And when we ask them if they would like to spend more time, 37% say yes. Well, and well, some of them don't know, but it's okay. If they think that it's a good help for their understanding, we have a high result, 65%. It's quite a good way to help to learn. If they were useful, they say 66% quite useful, Okay, and the suggestions, some of them are interesting, that's why I bring them here, and I bring them here because I think they are quite positive for us. So, some say, just 2 students said they want to work more with online activities, and it's interesting to see how some of them find this way of working with online activities really positive. It's a help to learn pronunciation for languages. I think they see a good way of improving their language speaking, their language knowledge. And it's curious, they say that some people say this online, when doing these online activities, time flies quickly. So it's a good thing to know for us. And another suggestion, they say it would be a good idea to be able to interact with learners from other countries. So maybe it's an idea to pick up for another projects in the future. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. More time learning English, which is good. Producing online assignments is a very good idea, okay? And more hours, more English lessons, more activities online. Okay, so I think all of these suggestions are really positive. And finally, our teacher's questionnaire. We were a team, in the end, 7 teachers did these online activities, and 7 teachers did this questionnaire in the end, okay? So we had English as a foreign language, which I'm the teacher, French a foreign language, Marisa and Monica, my colleagues here, my French teachers, Galician language, Jesus Cociña, who's here also, mathematics, another colleague, social sciences, Cristina, who's here, and Spanish language, Aura Isabel, that you met her in Bari, if you remember. All right, so just to go quick and to finish quickly, online activity we carried out was 71% positive and satisfactory, so very good results, I think we all admit. Interaction, we all consider interaction was positive, satisfactory. We've run into technical difficulties, yes, a lot, we admit, and we are just, I think we are beginners, but we want to improve and to learn more. If the students' knowledge is improved, and we consider that quite improved, all right, time devoted is not enough, so I think this is the best the best way of showing that we are happy with this using these new technologies, because 100% of our group wants to continue working with this. All right? Fine. So I think I'm going to skip this number 7 because it's a little bit complicated to explain here. But conclusions. The conclusions for our project, our participation as a group, is that we are very happy with, because the level of satisfaction of our learners, as you have seen, it has been really high. And the relation e-tutor and learner, I think, turns out positively reinforced. The learning process as well, it's improving. And the suggestions led us to the conclusion that they want to continue on working in this way. And our teachers team also involved see the experience as highly satisfactory, in spite of the difficulties we have faced these 2 years. But the idea is that we want to continue. I think we are in the good way, and we want to continue working and exploring these new methodologies for adult learning, aiming to get a better quality of adult education. Thank you.